Hello again to another Agricultural Reacts Date Night episode. Woohoo! And today we're watching...
what the last Blockbuster has that Netflix doesn't.
And it's from The Verge. So, let's see. And let's go.
Let's give it a go.
The way we watch and discover movies has changed. We have Netflix, Hulu, and just about everything right at our fingertips. But like everything online, there's an algorithm telling us what it thinks we want to watch.
You know, our personalization learns from what you watch, how long you watch it, how quickly do you go to the next episode.
And while that can be helpful, it also restricts us to watching the same kinds of movies. But there was a time before the algorithm, when your movie selection was based on spontaneity and word of mouth. And for most of us, that experience came from Blockbuster.
Nobody has the movie I want.
In 1994, Viacom acquired Blockbuster for $8.4 billion.
Married
And by
Kids?
2004,
Remember?
Blockbuster had
Children?
over
No.
9,000
Married
stores across the
Children.
world. Now, in the US, there's only one. We went to Bend, Oregon to see what we lost when algorithms replaced human curation, and how a small town became home to the last Blockbuster in America. So we are in Bend, Oregon. We're going to a big box retailer to watch the general manager handpick DVDs for the store so that people can rent them later from Blockbuster. She has to go to the store because Blockbuster Corporate doesn't exist anymore. There's nobody sending them DVDs. So full disclosure, we called the big box store before shooting here to get a location release. But out of concern for the Blockbuster manager, Sandy, the store didn't want to sign because technically what she's doing here goes against the retailer's policy.
Up is probably the most popular one that I've bought in here. We sell that one a lot and rented a ton. Wolf of Wall Street, very popular. Leonardo DiCaprio, yes. Lord of the Rings,
Always.
we sell this one constantly and rent it out all the time.
Sandy Harding is the general manager of Blockbuster, where she's
back?
been working for the last 10 years. She knows what movies her customers want, and she can even identify a lot of them just by their voice when they call the store. She uses a service in Portland that sends them about 80% of their videos, and she shops for the rest every Tuesday morning.
You get the new ones online. It's the classic stuff that people can't always find, so they come in to see us because they know they can get it.
Sandy is basically doing what Netflix does, knowing what her customers want to rent and serving that to more people. I mean, that's business. But in the case of this store, there's a specific community in mind which makes the whole thing more personal. Oh shit, there it is.
Albertsons.
I never thought I would see that sign again.
They would sell video games too. That was cool.
It smells the same. It absolutely smells the same. Oh, wow. I haven't seen any of these things, any of these cases or any of these movies before. It's been so long since I've been in a DVD rental place like this is. There's just so much stuff.
Just watching stuff. I
There's
don't
a
even
place
like
for
look into... You
both.
can buy
There's a place for
DVDs, but...
Netflix and Hulu and Amazon.
Sounds like you're gonna go and
there's a
look.
place for
You were
those.
doing that, but...
And I think that we
What's
finally
that?
found
I
that
said,
comfortable spot.
even like looking
And
for
so I think
DVDs.
that people are...
It's not like you're gonna go somewhere especially for it.
Oh no.
You do.
The charity shop.
Yeah.
You get 6 movies for €1. €1.
But that's what... Yeah, that's what you do. I don't even pay attention to it.
If we could have like an underground video rental place,
Underground.
just like get DVDs for the charity shop. If someone steals one, what cost you? 20 cents? Less than 20 cents?
Ready?
Yeah.
starting to realize that coming in here, picking up a movie, walking around, talking about movies is something that people miss.
It's hard to find spaces where the point is discovering things, or the point is being around people who like the same things as you.
This is from
The employees of this
2018.
store care about movies, and more importantly, they care about sharing them with
I
people.
wonder if they're still there.
I mean, just look at the section of
Yeah, it's
employee
Kim.
picks. It's updated regularly.
Prometheus is a really cool sci-fi movie. It's actually based on the Alien series. Another one, Requiem for a Dream, is great.
The employee showing me around the store is Sandy's son, Ryan.
This is actually completely edited on a software that's totally free for anybody, which is DaVinci Resolve.
As we move toward these digital spaces, we lose the expertise of people like Ryan.
DaVinci
You
Resolve?
can walk down the aisle and have a
Gotta check
movie
that out
jump out
later.
at you, or you can ask someone for a recommendation.
You definitely walk into we'll be looking along the shelf, and then next thing you know, you see something that might catch your eye.
It's not something that's just right on the screen. My kids can wander around, and a lot of times they're picking out movies that wouldn't be as popular as others.
Sometimes I come in and I feel like seeing a movie and I don't know what it's going to be. And sometimes I walk out of here with like 5 totally different genres. I was surprised to learn.
And you
that
pay
we
for
were
it,
the
so you
last
actually
one.
watch the movie.
So while they are the last Blockbuster in the U.S., there was a time when they were an independent video store before they were consumed by the corporate chain.
We converted in 2000 to Blockbuster. They made us an offer we couldn't refuse. We were in here being Pacific Video, being very happy, and they came to town and said, well, we need more Blockbusters in this town, and we'd like you to convert. And if you don't, we're going to put a couple more Blockbusters in. So
Ken Tischer is the owner of the store and has been
business.
since
That's
it
what
was
they do in
Pacific
the
Video
States.
back in the 90s.
Bend is a great movie town, always has been. People were amazed when we had 4 stores. The population was only about 55,000, and they said there is no way that town can support that many stores, and yet it did.
Bend is located 3 hours outside of Portland, and it's small. It seems like everything is 5 minutes away. The people here really care about their art. Downtown, you'll find literally dozens of shops touting locally made products. There's a yearly film festival. And outside of that, there are 3 theaters, 2 of which are independent, that show features and shorts year-round. It's a town that takes pride in its craft and its community.
It's a really interesting town in that, it's relatively small, but people have such a love for the art form that all of us, including Bend Film, are able to do pretty well.
That's Todd Luby, who runs Bend's Film Festival. It's celebrating its 15th anniversary this October.
I think the curation aspect is super important. Like, in a lot of indie movies that, say, came out in the 90s, there'll be the video store guy, like the Kevin Smith surrogate, who is the guy at the video store who's, telling people what movies to get, curating own sections of the movies they love and want people to watch. So people are gravitating towards that experience, some kind of curation, someone who they trust to tell them what to see.
People here really value these face-to-face interactions. It's the same with Sandy. The employees of the big box retailers around town know her, and so they let her buy DVDs from the store, even though they're not really supposed to. It's easy to see how this town is home to the last Blockbuster. But most of us don't live in Bend, and while there are local video stores across the country, we need new ways to discover movies that are more accessible, because most of us don't live near video stores either. But there are some companies thinking about that kind of accessibility, and they even handpick videos you can watch online.
Where we come from is a place of knowledge and passion, choosing films that we think are interesting and vital and important versus data that makes assumptions about, well, this was popular, so this should be popular too, or you like this, so maybe you like that. To us, that has no human quality at all.
Daniel Kasman is the director of content at Mubi, a video streaming service that uses human curation to select its movie catalog.
What we may see now is just an increasing amount of channels. So Disney is about to launch their streaming service, Netflix is promoting their original content, Hulu has their original content, but I think more valuable are this sort of channel idea that it's more specialized. When you look at something like Shudder, which is a channel that's specifically dedicated to horror films, it's much more focused in terms of the programming that
They've
it
got
offers.
exclusives.
Curation, I feel like always needs to exist hand in hand with a venue, whether you're talking about a physical venue like a theater, Cinematheque, or an online venue like Mubi or Hulu or Netflix.
Mine, this is from 5 years ago.
Going forward, I think technology can leave us somewhere in the middle, somewhere between Netflix and the video store. But right now, streaming services seem to be more focused on improving their algorithms than diversifying your movie palette.
If
the internet should have
YouTube made their
discovery
movies
easier, and maybe it did
free
early on,
with a subscription
but over
service,
time, the open web has become much
$10
more
a month,
closed into
and
apps
they can watch their movies.
Admittedly,
Be killing.
this Blockbuster and
Everybody
a lot
uses
of other
YouTube.
video stores still partly exist because of nostalgia. And sure, that'll bring Instagrammers and news teams to cover them as an oddity. But that nostalgia isn't what's going to keep this store in business. It's the loyal customer base that the employees here have cultivated over the years. This Blockbuster is a product and a part of the community here in Bend. And while we currently live in a world driven by algorithms, maybe we can find a way to bring a little of that onto the web. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to The Verge on YouTube. And if you like discovering new video games, check out our friends at Polygon. They have an excellent YouTube channel.
There was a PS4 next to him there.
Oh, see, so rent games.
Yeah.
Nice.
See? Okay. So we were saying that we're gonna go to when we're gonna go to Bend, we're gonna go and visit by one day.
Yeah.
Just to, no, his sister's moving, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, we stop us go to Bend. Been there once.
You never went to
Twice.
Blockbuster?
No, didn't know they had it there. If I knew they had it there, where'd it go? I would rent something, never return.
Anyway, that was interesting. And it's kind of like I was thinking like more like in a tangible way of thing what the Blockbuster has that Netflix doesn't. As in that's something that you can touch and stuff. I totally didn't think about like the human interaction.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
You know, like that's something that I don't really strive that much to, but I do work with like in service, so I'm with people every day when I'm working, so I don't really feel like I have not enough. But I think if I'd be like sometimes people are working on their own and stuff like that, so they probably do kind of crave that, you know, like contact with some other people as well. Yeah. And that's the way to do it. And what else? And it's a totally different thing after that. I wonder how that changed after the COVID thing.
True.
If it's still there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see Eric next week.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.